This is Good Morning Suncoast. We're here for you.
Beautiful morning, 6 o'clock, July 13th, and that is the sky above the Rosemary District in downtown Sarasota, looking west toward Sarasota Bay.
Looks sort of like the ocean and then the horizon behind it, but it's the sky. I like those shots.
And we like to see the mountains there as well.
Yeah. Looks like the Rockies, but it's not.
Optical illusion. It is Thursday, and guess who decided to join us for a shortened week? John Scalzi.
Love those short weeks.
I bet.
They're good.
Yeah. You only have 2 days of work this week.
I know. You know, though, when I left, it was umbrella weather, and when I return, I want to build an ark.
That's right.
Yeah. You brought the rain back with you, I guess.
I'll tell you, the switch got turned on. You know, I had one Facebook friend who mentioned on my Facebook page, John Scalzi ABC7, that they got 19 inches of rain last month. 19 inches. That's tremendous amounts of June rain. Yeah, just amazing. And we are on our way, I think, this month to being another one of the top 10 months in terms of rainfall. Right now, everything's pretty quiet on radar. I think your morning commute should be absolutely rain-free, but there are some clouds down to the south, and that's part of a tropical wave that will enhance our rainfall chance today to about 70%. So you can pretty much expect to see some rain showers, and they'll probably start a little bit earlier today. Complete forecast for you coming up in just a few.
All right, talk to you soon. There are the roads right now in Manatee County. The only buildup really is along State Road 70 along the base of your screen there in both directions, both in the westbound lane, the eastbound lane. A little more crowded there in Sarasota County. You'll see that stretch between Clark Road north toward Bee Ridge, all pretty crowded already at this hour of the day. And then farther south, nothing much to report at 6:02 on your Thursday morning.
Topping our news this half hour, investigators are now looking into homicide charges in connection with the mysterious disappearance of 4 young men near Philadelphia.
The FBI now leads that case. It's led investigators to at least one set of human remains. Janae Norman has the latest in this ongoing search.
A grisly twist in the mysterious case of 4 young men who vanished near Philadelphia. Overnight, investigators announcing they've found at least one of them.
And I'm very, very sad to say that we can now identify Dean Finocchiaro, 19 years old, of Middletown, as one of the people that was found buried in that grave.
The person of interest, 20-year-old Cosmo DiNardo, posted bail on an unrelated weapons charge and was out of jail less than 24 hours before he was rearrested. DiNardo was charged with stealing and trying to sell 21-year-old Thomas Mio's car after authorities found the car in a garage on DiNardo's family's property with Mio's diabetes medication still inside. Mio, 19-year-old Jimmy Patrick, 22-year-old Mark Sturgis, and 19-year-old Dean Finocchiaro all disappeared last week, and the search continues for 3 of them.
There are additional human remains inside that grave. We're not done yet.
A neighbor says she heard gunfire on the DiNardo property on Saturday.
All of a sudden, we heard this very, very loud boom, boom, boom. We heard it, we felt it. It was violent.
Investigators have been combing through the family's farm for days, sifting through soil, digging up concrete, and using a backhoe to search a roughly 90-acre area, even bringing in cadaver dogs before making that horrifying discovery.
Those dogs could smell these poor boys 12 and a half feet below the ground.
A judge set Cosmo DiNardo's bail at $5 million cash, saying it must be paid in full and calling it the highest bail she's ever set. Janae Norman, ABC News, Washington.
Developing overnight, President Trump and the First Lady arrived in Paris this morning for Bastille Day celebrations. Here they are arriving. French President Emmanuel Macron met with Trump shortly after 3 a.m. Eastern Time. The celebration also marks 100 years since the U.S. entry into World War I. The two will also discuss extended security talks on how the two nations can work together. This is the president's second European trip in the past week. Of course, just last week, he was in Germany for the G20 summit.
Meanwhile, in the U.S., major tech companies are protesting against the Trump administration's proposals to roll back net neutrality rules. Those rules prevent internet service providers from slowing down, blocking, or charging more for certain websites to be displayed faster. President Trump's head of the FCC wants to repeal those rules, saying he thinks they were unnecessary and harm jobs and investments. Others disagree, fearing without the rules, companies could pay to create fast lanes for those who pay more, and slow lanes will be in place for everyone else.
Net neutrality allows those of us who go online to go where we want and do what we want to do without interference. Recent polling shows that this is not just a left-right issue. It's not that Democrats favor net neutrality and Republicans oppose it.
The public has until mid-August to have their voices heard before the FCC's final vote.
An expanding recall alert this morning on one of the biggest airbag manufacturers in our cars. The Japanese company Takata is adding nearly 3 million more airbags to its recall. Takata says a chemical drying agent could cause driver's side airbags to rupture. Faulty inflators have resulted in the recall of tens of millions of vehicles, making it the largest automotive recall in U.S. history. Now, the airbags might be in your car. They're in Ford, Honda, Lexus, BMW, and many other brands. In other consumer news, Amazon marking a very successful day of sales online. It was the biggest day of sales in company history. It beat its numbers for both its 2016 Black Friday and Cyber Monday combined. Sales were also up 60% from last year's Prime Day. The biggest seller, Amazon's Echo Dot smart speaker.
Well, new details from a photo that appears to show the last known whereabouts of Amelia Earhart. The History Channel recently airing a documentary that claimed to possibly show a picture of the legendary pilot on a dock in the Marshall Islands. But two bloggers say they've debunked that photo, claiming they found the same exact picture in a travel book that came out in 1935. Now, that's actually 2 years before Earhart and her navigator Fred Noonan disappeared in 1937 as she tried to become the first woman to fly around the world. The bloggers also say the person that the History Channel thought might be Earhart could even be a man. Critics, though, say the picture only makes her disappearance more elusive.
The mystery continues. Well, while you slept, more than 100 migrants heading for the U.S. have been turned back to Haiti. The largest interception by the Coast Guard in the past year. They cut off a group 22 miles south of the Bahamas. There's a picture for you. Before being returned, all the Haitians received food, water, and medical attention. Over 1,000 Haitian immigrants have attempted to illegally migrate into our country by boat since just last October.
In Florida, death penalty opponents are concerned capital punishment will start again next month for the first time in a year and a half. Last week, Governor Rick Scott signaled a potential end to that hiatus for the state's death penalty by rescheduling the execution date of convicted killer Mark Assay. He's one of 2 death row inmates whose executions were put on hold after the U.S. Supreme Court ruled Florida's death penalty sentencing system was unconstitutional. Another issue in Assay's execution is the drugs used to kill him. New untested drugs will be used for his lethal injection after previously used drugs have expired. Opponents say the lull in executions shows the death penalty is not a deterrent to crime.
Having had no executions in the state of Florida for 18 months reminds us all that executions are not necessary to keep society safe, and we believe that if non-lethal means like life in prison without parole are available without taking an additional life, then authority should limit itself to those means.
Assay was convicted for the 1988 murders of 2 men in Jacksonville. Now, there are currently 363 men and 3 women on Florida's death row.
The final forecast of the year for Florida citrus is in, and it continues to not look good. Data shows the orange crop fell 16% from the previous year, which itself had been the worst in 5 decades. Experts blame severe drought, residential development, and the continuing fight against citrus greening. In order to help growers, the state is proposing dropping a tax on each box filled with grapefruit from 7 cents down to 5 cents.
A not-so-perfect landing for one pilot in Broward County. The pilot of the small plane had to make a crash landing in a remote area of the county yesterday afternoon, shortly after making a mayday call first. The single-engine plane ended up coming down on a dirt road that runs parallel to a canal. Luckily, the 2 people on board were not hurt.
A well-known bottlenose dolphin in Suncoast waters seems to be doing quite well after rehabilitation. Scientists with Mote Marine said the dolphin Ginger was recently spotted caring for a newborn calf in Sarasota Bay. This is her second newborn. Ginger was rescued by Mote back in 2008, where volunteers spent over 1,000 hours rehabilitating her. Scientists say ginger's second birth is a very good indication of a successful treatment. And the national nonprofit Keep America Beautiful is teaming up with Keep Manatee Beautiful to end cigarette litter in a very creative and interactive way. Get this. The group placed an oversized trash can receptacle voting system that allows the user to vote on predetermined questions by choosing one of 2 slots to throw out their cigarette butts. So tomorrow, 8 o'clock, Keep Manatee Beautiful and the city of Bradenton will install these receptacles at 7 locations around Manatee County. They'll be customizable and can be changed to reflect local interests or timely topics as well. Disposing of cigarettes can be fun, it turns out.
Yeah, apparently so. Now, I was going to merge those 2 stories together about marine life and litter, and I did a story yesterday where Moat Marine was saying there are people leaving, beach accessories, chairs, things like that, and they're getting caught up with the sea turtles who are trying to nest in our area.
Oh, sure.
So urging people to, take that, those trash, take your beach chairs, take them all back home with you so they don't distract the sea turtles.
Leave no footprint.
Yeah, exactly. There we go.
We are looking at an increased chance of rainfall today. We'll talk about that coming up in a few.
Also still ahead, 2 major Suncoast organizations are joining forces to help local families.
We'll take a look at how the new United Way will work to help the community after this.
Designers do it with style.
Tell me what's going on here.
Why, you don't like my hair?
The Mark and Mandy Show. In-depth design ideas.
What is up with the tuck tape here? Let's cover it up.
Amazing beauty and fashion tips.
So Halle Berry has amazing skin. Her secret is coffee grounds. No.
Delicious recipes.
Today, I'm going to show you a special dish that is sure to please that special someone in your life.
Watch the Mark and Mandy Show right here on your favorite channel.
SRQ Performance Parts provides parts and accessories from over 300 manufacturers, so you can get that new manifold, carburetor, gasket, bolt kit, or nitrous oxide system fast. We'll help you beat the competition. Call or visit SRQ Performance Parts online today for all your high-performance parts and advice.
Today, everyone is looking for carpeting that lasts longer. G. Fried has you covered with Karastan. With a legacy of quality and integrity, we provide you with a huge selection of Karastan carpets with exclusive lifetime limited warranties. All installed by our highly skilled, highly knowledgeable team. Come ask us why Karastan is the best and most durable. G. Fried Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
Let me introduce you to the ultimate Florida window. Do you feel safer with this or this? You'll be proud too.
Going on now. For every 2 windows you buy, get 1 more free. Call today.
I knew I could get myself out of this. I just needed some hope and some help.
I took the first step to recovery when I made the call.
If you're depressed, drinking, and using drugs, you may need help. And the Affordable Care Act guarantees coverage of substance abuse. Call the Addiction, Hope, and Helpline now for a free assessment.
I had problems just getting to sleep, drinking and using pills every night.
I feel like I'm losing control. I'm afraid I'll lose my job or even my family.
Are you losing hope? You can recover and get back on track. Call now for hope and help with proven, gentle recovery programs.
I never thought that I could be somebody who didn't drink and use drugs.
I have something to hold on to for strength. I'm in recovery, getting the help I need.
Call the Addiction, Hope, and Helpline now for a free assessment with someone who cares.
Call 1-800-764-8708. That's 1-800-764-8708.
Start your day with a new Good Morning Suncoast team. Weekdays starting at 5 a.m.
For the last decade, S&S Motorsports of Sarasota has built custom high-performance vehicles for demanding clients worldwide. They're now bringing their 50-plus years of combined build expertise to the parts business. SRQ Performance Parts is your one-stop shop for all your performance parts and accessories.
Now, the official Suncoast weather with ABC7 meteorologist John Scalzi.
start the morning off, as has been pretty typical for the last several mornings, with a temperature of 74 degrees and a dew point of 71. We have a little bit of a cloud-sun mix out there this morning and no rainfall to report to you, so the morning commute should be absolutely fine in terms of any kind of weather. Trip home, however, may be a little dicey at times. We have a light northeast wind coming to right now at about 5, 8 miles an hour, somewhere in there over the last couple hours. But that will be increasing as we head into the afternoon, and the wind will actually be kind of breezy later on this afternoon out of the east. 74 degrees, Wauchula, Arcadia, Myakka, Parrish at 73, 74 in Bradenton, Lakewood Ranch comes in at 75. 77 degrees at Longboat Key, 76 in Venice, 77 in Inglewood, 75 in Northport, and Punta Gorda comes in at 74. As we head into the afternoon, our clear skies are going to give way to increasing cloud cover. I should say our sun-cloud mix will give way to increasing cloud cover. And we'll start to see showers and thunderstorms blossom. Now, we had one light shower move across Charlotte Harbor and across our area early on, several hours ago. That's gone now. We're not looking at a whole lot more, but you'll notice a little increase in activity down in the southern tip of the state over about the last hour. It is possible that we could get an isolated shower during the morning hours, mid-morning into late morning around the region. Light stuff won't last long, won't be heavy. But later on this afternoon, that changes as this little trough of low pressure that you see right here, this little upper level tropical system kind of moves across the region. Now, this is not something that is going to ever develop, though. About 5 days ago, when it was out in the Atlantic, it was an area of interest. It's not any longer. It's just a slug of moisture now, but it will help to increase our rainfall chances this afternoon. So as this destabilizing area moves across the state, our rain chances go from about 20% this morning to about 70% this afternoon. And some of the rain could be heavy at times. This easterly wind flow around the belly of a high-pressure ridge located north of us will ensure that the showers that build in inland areas or maybe a little to our south lift off toward Gulf waters. So if you see something coming at you from the east, why, you know that that's probably going to bring you a threatening rainstorm a little later in the afternoon. Severe weather not anticipated, but some of the storms, of course, could be stronger. Good rain chances today, sun-cloud mix, then increasing storminess as we head into the evening. Tomorrow, perhaps not as many storms around in the afternoon. And the reason for that is that we're going to get a little drier air working its way in here. Now, here's the effect of that easterly wind. It keeps the biggest of the storms right along the coastline, and over the next several days, the showers that we do get will, I think, drop the most rainfall close to the coastline, not in inland areas. So inland folks, you get a little bit of a chance to dry out, I guess. There's our upper level trough of low pressure moving across the state. Back behind it, that drier air. That's what's going to reduce our rainfall chances as we head into the weekend. From about 70% today to about 40% by the weekend. And then as we head into next work week, our rain chances will go up again. Back to you.
All right, thank you so much, John. Taking a look at traffic this morning, it's 6:18. Not a whole lot going on the roadways in Manatee County. Looks like State Road 70 really your biggest slowdowns, and a few slowdowns in downtown Bradenton. Other than that, looks like the Interstate and 41 looking good as we head into Sarasota County. Looks like there's some hit or miss congestion as you split between 301 and 41 in Bradenton, or in Sarasota rather. Also, Bee Ridge Road heading towards the interstate, seeing some congestion, but looks like it's pretty clear throughout Venice and Nokomis and Osprey if you're heading throughout that area at 6:19 on your Thursday morning. Well, two major Suncoast organizations are joining forces to help local families.
The United Way did have 2 local branches, and now, as Bobeth Yates tells us, they will have just one.
Well, we've seen transitions like this before when United Way Sarasota merged with United Way of Suncoast. And now United Way Manatee is following suit, and they say the transition will be beneficial to the community.
So as a team, as a community, we have what we need. So how do we collect that and work together?
That question of collaboration is one that has boggled the minds of those at sister organizations, United Way of Manatee and United Way Suncoast. The two nonprofits have been working side by side for years while implementing programs for their various communities. But now, that's all changing.
It was a great day for us. We were announcing the merger of the United Way of Manatee County with United Way Suncoast. And what that means is now together we are united for good.
As part of the merger, United Way Suncoast will handle all the back office operations, but program organization and implementation will remain the same. In addition, officials say during the process, no jobs will be lost, but instead, both entities will now benefit from each other.
One of the strengths that Manatee County is going to bring to United Way Suncoast is its incredible work it's done in early literacy. It's something that we would love to see benefit the other counties we serve. In the same way, United Way Suncoast has had a lot of experience in financial stability work, helping families build assets, and we're looking forward to expanding programs in that area here in Manatee County.
With the merger, United Way Suncoast will now serve the 5-county region of DeSoto, Hillsborough, Manatee, Pinellas, and Sarasota counties. Officials say each community will have their own area board that will continue to drive local fundraising and community investments, and that the funds raised by an area will stay in that area. But despite the change in organizational structure, United Way officials say their mission has not wavered.
Our focus is on making sure that community aspirations come to life. People want to have a good life. People want their children to succeed.
This building behind me, the United Way building of Bradenton, will be listed and sold. Now the new location for the Manatee board for the local United Way will be at their Lakewood Ranch offices, and they say they'll operate as normal there. Bobette Yates, ABC 7, your Suncoast News.
Well, some say that's long overdue. They can save administrative costs and raise more money for the public together.
Right, that makes sense. I get it.
Still ahead on Good Morning Suncoast, a mother in fear for her baby's life as they waited on the tarmac in a hot airplane.
More on how she felt as she speaks out this morning. Don't go away. We'll have that story coming up.
For your plumbing, electrical, or air conditioning, and services is qualified, and service calls are free. And services.com, AND services.com.
Are you Goodwill?
Yes, because when I donate or shop at Goodwill,
I am creating a job.
I am Goodwill, yeah.
Get the hottest deals of the year during the summer clearance event going on now at Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Sarasota. Come shop the Suncoast's largest selection of Ram trucks. Get maximum cargo space and more comfort with a new Ram Quad Cab for as low as $24,999. Or spread out in your spacious new Ram Crew Cab and save up to $10,000. Better prices, bigger selection. Go to Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Sarasota today.
Check out My Suncoast Dining on mysuncoast.com for Chef Judy's favorite recipes, cooking tips and trends, dining blogs, step-by-step videos, and Suncoast Restaurant Guide. You'll find it all at mysuncoast.com/dining.
Is your old garage door stuck or broken? Would a new one give you a lift? Let Precision Door Overhead Garage Door Service of Sarasota come to the rescue with prompt and affordable repair service. Replacement doors come with an array of styles and colors, and they are rated to meet and exceed Florida standards. From estimates to installation, your satisfaction is our priority. If you're not 100% satisfied with any product, service, or installation, we will make it right, because Precision Door Service is a name you can trust.
It's no small wonder anybody loves it all.
I just love art that moves me.
No small,
I mean, really moves me.
wow.
Sunset Fiat of Sarasota presents No Small Wonder. High performance style. Let the art of Fiat move you.
What to do when your heating or air conditioning needs service or, heaven forbid, replacement? Call Air Now today. We've been serving Sarasota and Manatee County since 1946. We offer $49.95 tune-ups, lease or finance options, and remember, service today or it's free.
Today at 4 on Suncoast View.
I'm Stephanie Roberts on Suncoast View. Plants to keep mosquitoes away. Plus, we kick off the Sarasota Improv Festival and C'est la vie in the kitchen.
Today at 4 on Suncoast View.
For your plumbing, electrical, or air conditioning, and services is qualified, and service calls are free. And andservices.com. andservices.com.
Ah, nice shot there. You know, I had a John Scalzi appreciation moment this morning.
Don't we all?
When you listen to his forecast, I mean, I could listen to the guy read a phone book.
I know, he makes it very easy to understand weather.
He said, around the belly of a high-pressure ridge. I mean, he speaks in very creative terms.
You hear this, John? Are you listening to it?
Thank you.
There he goes. He's pretending he's not listening.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. All right. Welcome back this morning, 6:25. And for the first time, we're now hearing from the mother who feared for her baby's life as they sat on a hot plane that was stuck on the ground.
ABC's Mara Chavacampo has her story.
In this morning's GMA First Look, the mother who feared for her baby's life as he overheated on a delayed plane, speaking out in an ABC News exclusive.
It was extremely hot and everyone around me was complaining.
She says that after a delay, the flight crew allowed her and Owen off the plane to cool off. 20 minutes later, she reboarded for takeoff, only to have the flight delayed again. And that's when she says Owen's condition started quickly deteriorating.
A mom knows, and he made a cry that I've never heard before. And his coloring, I've never seen that color before. He was screaming, and then he just stopped. And my son went limp in my arms.
And we'll have more of our interview coming up at 7 a.m. With your GMA First Look, I'm Mara Chavacampo, ABC News, Denver.
It's time to pick a used car.
I really don't want to get ripped off.
Just start at Carfax.
Yeah, show me the Carfax.
Get the most accurate price based on a car's history.
Look at all the great deals.
Start your used car search at the all-new Carfax.com.
Why are you deleting these photos? Because my teeth are yellow. Why don't you use a whitening toothpaste?
I'm afraid it's bad for my teeth.
Try Crest 3D White.
Crest 3D White Diamond Strong Toothpaste and Rinse. Gently whiten and fortify weak spots. Used together for 2 times stronger enamel. Crest 3D White.
Get an Ashley living room set starting at just $24.99 a week, all without credit, only at Rent-A-Center.
When it comes to heartburn, trust the brand doctors trust. Nexium 24 Hour is the #1 choice of doctors and pharmacists for their own frequent heartburn and all-day, all-night protection. When it comes to heartburn, trust Nexium 24 Hour.
Now's the perfect time to work with California Closets. During our Shades of White event, save up to 20% on our beautiful white finishes for any space in your home. Contact us today for your free design consultation. Visit our showroom or online at californiaclosets.com.
The Alfa Romeo Quadrifoglio charmed us all and crippled the competition. Rediscover your passion for driving at Alfa Romeo of Sarasota.
Attention, Americans eligible for Medicare. Are you getting all the benefits you're entitled to? Did you know there may be money available to lower your medical prescription costs? Call Health Markets and we'll tell you if you qualify.
Hi, I'm Dr. Martin Jeetsi. It's a new Medicare year. That means more changes and more confusion. The key question is, what can you do now to ensure you get the care you need in the coming year?
Call Health Markets today. You may qualify to save money on prescriptions. We'll help you find plans that may cost less, cover more, and could even lower your prescription costs to increase your savings. We help you find all the benefits you're entitled to, and we do it at no cost.
Make sure you have what you need to get the care that's right for you.
Find out if you qualify to receive extra help with your prescriptions. Call the number on the screen now. Representatives are standing by.
This is an important announcement. If you're between 50 and 85 and worried about your loved ones, you can still get affordable life insurance for peace of mind.
My life insurance coverage is guaranteed, and I was not required to get a medical exam.
I had high blood pressure and diabetes, and I got my coverage with one telephone call. No exam necessary.
I'm a smoker, and I wanted to take care of my family. I called to get my life insurance and my affairs in order.
I wanted to do the right thing. Call Final Expense No Exam Insurance. Your rates are guaranteed and will never increase.
I called and learned that this insurance cannot be canceled even if you get sick or gain weight.
And there are no restrictions on how my beneficiaries use the money when I'm gone.
Approval was easy and the price was right. I wanted to do this for my children.
Call 800-738-9812. 800-738-9812.
The official Suncoast Hurricane Guide from ABC7. Download yours today.
Alfa Romeo got a lot right with the Giulia. But the handling alone is sufficient reason to get one. Rediscover your passion for driving at Alfa Romeo of Sarasota.
Now's the perfect time to work with California Closets. During our Shades of White event, save up to 20% on our beautiful white finishes for any space in your home. Contact us today for your free design consultation. Visit our showroom or online at californiaclosets.com.
Coming up on Good Morning Suncoast, more than a dozen people are behind bars this morning after a warrant roundup leads to multiple drug arrests. The crackdown police say they will not tolerate.
Plus, a change at the top of Sarasota County government. We'll tell you where the county administrator is going, and it's not too far.
And we'll take a look at the state's solutions to traffic congestion and parking problems on area beaches. Your Suncoast News starts right now.
And good morning, 6:31, July the 13th. A beautiful shot of the sunrise in progress from our tower camera. Not bad, like a painting.
Yeah, I love it. If you guys have any pictures of the sunrise from where you are, make sure to send them to us. If you're out taking the dog out on the walk or heading to work, we'd love to see some of your photos as well. We feature them on Facebook.
Yep, great idea. Well, as the week is winding down, John Scalzi chooses to rejoin us.
Of course.
We're glad you found the door code and you're inside now.
Little itty bitty work week today.
Yeah,
good.
Yeah, nice. We're looking at some very actually pleasant weather to stay indoors a little bit later on. We are going to get plentiful amounts of rainfall, I think, in the second half of the day. During the first half of the day, not so bad. If you got to do some work out of doors, I think you'll be okay, you know, take a little walk, maybe a stroll, jog, golf, tennis, whatever you want to do. First half of the day should be all right. Should cooperate. You might get a passing shower, but that's about it. Later in the afternoon, though, you can pretty much bet that coastal regions will kind of come to a grinding halt in terms of beautiful weather because of some fairly heavy rainfall that'll be moving across the state. Right now, things are quiet, but look at all that cloud cover down to the south. That's part of a tropical wave that'll be moving across the peninsula, enhancing our rainfall chances, taking us from about a 20% chance of a shower during the morning hours to a 70% chance of rainfall, heavy at times, later in the day. Complete forecast for you coming up in a few.
All right, John. US 301, big buildup there already southbound as you head towards State Road 70. Otherwise, all clear in Manatee County. Sarasota showing lots of action right now on 41 as you head north from Bee Ridge toward the 301-41 split. South County, one shot there, 41 southbound just south of Business 41.
Topping our news this morning, a warrant roundup by the Sarasota Police Department has led to a series of drug-related arrests.
Our Rick Adams has details of a crackdown that led to 15 people behind bars.
These are the mugshots of the 15 people arrested last month in the city of Sarasota during a drug-related roundup by the Sarasota Police Department. There are men and women, and those arrested are all different ages.
We want our community to know that that to be able to go out there and sell drugs is not something that we're going to tolerate in our community. Our community doesn't want to see it.
The charges those arrested face include the sale of cocaine, possession of LSD, sale of spice, and sale of marijuana. PJ Brooks with First Step of Sarasota says these arrests are a good thing with getting these drugs off the streets, but he tells us a lot more has to be done to get to the heart of the drug epidemic.
My hope is as those individuals are dealing with their issues and maybe are facing a substance abuse issue, that hopefully at some point they'll get access to care.
Brooks says that in the 29 years that he's been helping people with their substance abuse problems, this is the most chaotic the drug crisis has been.
We're dealing with a continued escalation of behaviors and problems related to overdoses, deaths, child removals.
The 15 suspects arrested have a combined 269 prior felony charges and 317 prior misdemeanor charges. It's an issue the Sarasota Police Department says they will continue to tackle aggressively.
Really trying to get to the root cause is definitely where we need to partner with the community, family, our other non-governmental organizations out here that are helping.
One of the ways you could help is by assisting police in tracking down 25-year-old Khalid Polk. He is wanted for the sale of fentanyl. In Sarasota, I'm Rick Adams, ABC 7, your Suncoast News.
Well, the crackdown continues with the Sarasota County Sheriff's Office arresting 2 more men on drug charges after a traffic stop. Deputies pulled over Edward Jimenez and David Langford on Tuesday for a traffic violation at the intersection of Beneva and Maridale Roads in Sarasota. During a search of the car, they found meth, prescription pills, and drug paraphernalia. Both men have been charged with drug possession with intent to sell and were transported to the Sarasota County Jail. Jimenez has been released on bond while Langford remains in custody this morning.
2 big changes in local government. First off, a change at the top of Northport at the fire department there. After 15 years, Bill Taffy will retire in February. He spent 45 years in fire service. He hopes giving over 6 months' notice will allow the city to find the right person to replace him.
I hope I'm remembered for setting in motion the plans for the future, because we've got a phenomenal, great group of young people ready to take over. And that's where I feel is the greatest advantage that I leave the organization.
As for what's next, Taffy says he plans to travel, be more active in his church, and also do some side work for, wait for it, NASCAR. And Sarasota County's top person also stepping down. Tom Harmer will leave later on this year to take over as Longboat Key town manager. Harmer was the county administrator for 5 years. He'll replace Dave Bullock on Longboat Key, who was previously Sarasota County's deputy administrator. Harmer will take a pay cut for his new job, going from $208,000 to $187,000.
Happening today, residents of Palmetto who may have concerns of a federal nature will get a chance to meet with one of Congressman Vern Buchanan's staff members. Gary Tibbetts will be holding office hours today at Palmetto City Hall from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Tibbetts was in Lakewood Ranch doing the same thing yesterday.
It is 6:37 right now. We're learning more about the MTV reality show that airs later on this month called Siesta Key. According to published reports, the local millionaire behind 1-800-ASK-GARY paid a Jacksonville production company to film his son and his friends for a few weeks last year. They then sent that video to various networks, and MTV said, "We'll buy it." We spoke with Gary's son about having his own reality show.
The Siesta Key lifestyle, from going to the beach, on the boat, going out partying, enjoying the town. I don't know, just, it's, you know, there's drama, there's love stories, there's breakups, there's a bunch of everything, a little bit of fishing. I mean, that's what I'm most passionate about, so we definitely hit that, and just kind of the day in the life on Siesta Key.
That's inside their house there on South Siesta Key. The show premieres on MTV July 31st at 10 p.m.
Good news for drivers this morning. A new FDOT study is looking at solutions to traffic congestion and parking problems here on Suncoast beaches. The Barrier Islands traffic study is looking to improve parking, walking, and driving from Anna Maria Island to Lido Key. Phase 1 of the study took a look at 15 different studies completed over the past decade and combined all of that information and possible solutions together. That phase has just wrapped up, and now it's on to Phase 2, which includes considering options like water taxis, paid parking, and park and ride.
I think it could be efficient, but I probably wouldn't use it just because of the inconvenience of having to leave my car over there and not having access to it unless I get a shuttle back.
Phase 3 will be when an actual plan is put in place. That's expected to happen by the fall of 2018.
And a group of local eye surgeons are once again giving their time on a project called Mission Cataract. Doctors and staff from the Center for Sight in Sarasota will perform 100 surgeries for patients who can't afford treatment. This is the 25th year they've done this. Each surgery takes between 2 and 20 minutes. I talked to the chief surgeon yesterday, David Shoemaker. He says he and the staff feel compelled to give back to the community that's helped make their practice a huge success.
We do Mission Cataract because we feel we have a responsibility to give back, and we're in a position to do that. I don't think that anybody should be walking around blind or visually disabled due to a surgically correctable condition. We're here, we have all the assets, and we can do it.
Way to go. Dr. Shoemaker says they've done more than 1,000 free surgeries over the past 20 years as part of this project, and more surgeries are set for next Wednesday. And there is our contact information. Also, we've got some individual Facebook pages as well. You can write to us. But yeah, good for Center for Sight for doing this yesterday and also next Wednesday. If you're interested in learning more, you can call them and apply to be one of their patients next Wednesday for free surgery.
That's awesome.
That is awesome. Yeah. That is awesome. Some kind of rainy weather shaping up for us later on today. We'll talk about that in a sec.
Also ahead on Good Morning Suncoast, singer Ariana Grande is receiving a special honor from the city of Manchester.
We'll tell you what special title she now holds after this.
There are many choices when it comes to AC companies. Our advice? Choose a company that performs employee background checks and is licensed with top manufacturers like Daikin. Daikin offers a 12-year parts and labor limited warranty. For better comfort and value, call Elite Heating and Air.
Hi, I'm Chef Judy. Every Wednesday morning, I'll be with the chefs at the Publix Aprons Cooking School serving up the most wonderful dishes. Watch Aprons in the Kitchen every Wednesday on ABC7's Good Morning Suncoast.
Since 1972, Sleep King has provided quality mattresses and accessories at the best discounted prices available. Top brands like Simmons, Sealy, Serta, Beautyrest, iComfort, and more. With available free delivery, free financing, and free setup and removal. For a comfortable night's sleep with same-day delivery, even if we have to carry it on our backs. Trust Sleep King of Sarasota. Buy it today, sleep on it tonight.
The kitchen is where life happens. Minnesota Flooring now offers a wide variety of beautiful quality craft-made cabinetry to make sure the heart of your home reflects your style. Visit us today at our new kitchen and bath cabinetry locations.
Credit card debt can ruin your life. If you owe $10,000 and minimum payments are siphoning away your paycheck each month, you can get debt-free in less time than you think.
I've paid $800 a month for the past 3 years and haven't changed the balance on my credit card.
Get debt-free now has a program to reduce your debt, stop the harassing phone calls, avoid financial ruin, and settle for less than you owe.
I feel like a huge weight has been lifted off my shoulders.
You're pre-approved for our special hardship program if you owe $10,000 or more. Upon payment of your new lower balance, your debt will finally shrink until you are debt-free.
My family no longer has 30 years of payments ahead of us at 20% interest.
There's no fees until you see results. So call now, make one monthly program payment, and free up your cash. Resolve your debt.
Call 800-628-1251, 800-628-1251.
There are many choices when it comes to AC companies. Our advice? Choose a company that performs employee background checks and is licensed with top manufacturers like Daikin. Daikin offers a 12-year parts and labor limited warranty. For better comfort and value, call Elite Heating and Air.
Now, the official Suncoast weather with ABC7 meteorologist John Scalzi.
We're looking at some pleasant weather outside right now. We've got a mix of sun and clouds out there. No rain falling, 74-degree air temperature, dew point 71. Remember, dew point, the measure of how much moisture there is in the air. And when you're in the 70s, it's pretty thick. It's pretty humid. And certainly there's enough humidity around to support those afternoon showers and thunderstorms. Plus, we're going to get a little extra kicker today in the atmosphere. We'll talk about it in a second. Northeast wind comes in at about 6. That'll be kind of breezy today, that easterly wind flow, keeping the sea breeze pretty close to the coastline, keeping the majority of showers and the heaviest of the rain, I think, fairly close to the coastline. 74 Wauchula, Arcadia, Mayaca coming in at 73, so is Parrish, Bradenton at 74, as is Lakewood Ranch and Punta Gorda, 75 in Northport, 76 in Inglewood and in Venice, and 77 degrees at Longboat Key. So right now everything's pretty quiet across the state, but you will notice the effect of this easterly wind flow already on the direction of motion of our radar echoes. They're generally today going to be traveling from inland areas to our Gulf Coast. So if you see one coming at you from the east, it's a decent chance that it will be in your vicinity. If you see it in the west, it's gone. It's past. It's heading out toward Gulf waters. We are looking at some scattered showers down to the south of us as well. I think the moisture that is on its way across the state of Florida will enhance our rainfall chance such that our showers will probably start a little earlier today than they did yesterday. And I think some of the rainfall, while we did certainly have some heavy rainfall around yesterday, I think we'll probably even have some heavier rains today and probably over a larger spread of real estate here on the Suncoast. So we have this little upper level feature that is going to be swinging across the state in the second half of the afternoon, moving across our region. That used to be a suspect area out in the Atlantic. Now it's a slug of moisture and a little kink in the pressure pattern of the upper atmosphere. Moving across the state, it's going to help enhance our rainfall chances. Plus, that easterly wind flow will kind of keep the majority of surface convergence, the majority of the surface kicker to get the thunderstorms going, located pretty close to the coastline. So that's where the heaviest of the rain is going to fall. Today, good rain chances. A sun-cloud mix to start the day. First half of the day, okay, if you got to run errands today and you don't like driving in the rain, first half of the day is the day to do it. And then watch for those storms to build with drier air moving into the forecast tomorrow. Today, the big thunderstorms come through later in the afternoon and into the evening hours. And tomorrow we'll have some storms around as well, but I think they'll be fewer in number because of the drier air filtering in from the east starting tomorrow. So that's good news, I guess. A little chance to dry out. 70% chance of rainfall today, 50% tomorrow. Then I think over the weekend, even a 40% chance will probably do it. We'll start to tick up those rain chances again as we head into next week.
All right, thank you so much, John. Taking a look at traffic this morning. Once again, still pretty quiet in Manatee County. Your biggest slowdowns really on 301 heading northbound and State Road 70 east and westbound. In Sarasota County, the traffic and congestion that was around 301 and 41 split has cleared up. Just a few slowdowns throughout that area. Also looks like there is some congestion on 41 southbound as you're heading past Stickney Point Bridge. Also some slowdowns on that same southbound road as you head into Nokomis and Venice. Other than that, 6:47 this morning and no accidents, which is some good news. In this hour's Health Smart, we all know proper nutrition is key for good health, right?
Yeah.
Well, sometimes you just need a snack or a pick-me-up to keep you going, but it can be tempting to reach for something quick and easy that's filled with sugar instead of something healthy.
You've been peeking in my window. With so much temptation, snacking has a bad image for some, but it doesn't have to be that way. Kim Hutcherson has some snack ideas in your Health Minute.
A healthy snack can provide energy in the middle of the day and keep you from overeating at mealtime. So try these healthy snack hacks. First and foremost, avoid the junk food. If you have to keep sugary snacks in your home, put them where they're hard to see or reach. Don't spend money on pre-packaged snacks. Buy healthful choices in bulk and divide out your portions yourself at home. This will keep you from eating too much at one time. It also allows you to tailor your snacks to your specific health needs, like subbing in unsalted nuts and homemade trail mix. Give your veggies a kick with healthy dips or spreads like hummus or tzatziki. Try to vary your vegetables to include green, red, and orange options. Bring your ready-to-eat snacks with you so you have power over your snack choices. Stock up on whole fruits like bananas, apples, and oranges. They're easy to throw into a bag and provide natural sugars rather than the processed kind. And give yourself a nutrient blast by combining food groups, yogurt and berries, apples and peanut butter, or whole grain crackers with turkey and avocado. For today's Health Minute, I'm Kim Hutcherson.
It's funny that this story aired today because just yesterday I was at the grocery store looking specifically for healthy snacks.
Yeah, what'd you get?
I got all sorts of things, hummus and carrots, as she mentioned. Yeah. I got some cashews and almonds to keep in my desk and in my purse, just because sometimes you're always on the run. Ladies know.
Yeah, no, I get that. No, good idea. I found some great power bars, though.
Yes,
they're healthy.
Those work too.
Gluten-free. Entertainment news now. Singer Ariana Grande is being honored by the city of Manchester for her response to a terror attack in May.
A suicide bomber attacked an arena, and shortly after Grande's concert, 22 people were killed, including children. But Grande returned to the city back in June to perform at an all-star benefit concert, as well as meet with those injured in the attack. Manchester City Council voted yesterday to make Grande its first honorary citizen after she brought comfort to many by returning to Manchester.
For her, actor Shia LaBeouf apologizing now for his behavior during her arrest in Savannah last weekend. He got in trouble for allegedly becoming disorderly and using vulgar language. The actor took to Twitter to apologize, saying he has struggled with addiction publicly for far too long, and he's, quote, actively taking steps toward securing his sobriety. Very honest.
And after 2 weeks of performances on the National Mall in Washington, D.C., Sarasota's very own Circus Arts Conservatory is back home. The Big Top was set up as part of the Smithsonian Folklife Festival. The conservatory brought some of its Sailor Circus performers to the festival, and it truly showcased their passion for circus.
It was an amazing once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to celebrate and share the circus arts, what we do here at the Circus Arts Conservatory, what the Sailor Circus students train in, as well as the history and heritage of Sarasota. We got to celebrate as a community what we love and what we're passionate about.
The circus presented 4 shows a day at the National Mall for 10,000 people each day, and they said they had to even turn away at least 10,000 more who wanted to see their shows. Crazy.
Yeah, struck a nerve. Good for them. That's great. Still ahead, we'll update the day's top local news headlines and a dramatic rescue caught on tape.
We'll show you how people came together to save an elephant after this.
Mirror, mirror on the wall, who's the blingiest of them all? You are, with Spectralite diamonds, all gorgeous and affordable. Only found at Creative Gems, where you always get big bling for little ching.
This is an important medical announcement. Bard IVC filters have been linked to punctured veins and problems with migration. Anyone who's received a Bard IVC filter must receive medical monitoring and may be entitled to substantial compensation. If you have the Bard Recovery G2 or G2 Express filter, you are in a class of patients who should be compensated for some expenses. Call now for a free assessment of your case and potential money damages. This call is confidential. There's no cost and you may be eligible. Juries have awarded millions of dollars to people who should have been warned about the risks of the Bard IVC filters. Call the IVC Filter Hotline if you or a loved one has received an IVC filter and experienced a vein puncture or required medical monitoring. You must call now.
Call 800-329-3089. 800-329-3089.
You studied hard, went to college, and achieved your dream, but it turned into a financial nightmare. If you have federal student loans and you'd like to reduce your payments, get more time, or have your loans completely eliminated, then we have good news. With one call to Student Loan Relief Services, you can find support and guidance. We've already helped thousands of people, and we can help you too. If you have $10,000 or more in federal student loans, you can qualify for payment extensions, payment reductions, or you may qualify to have your federal student loan completely forgiven. Call Student Loan Relief Services now to find out about your options. Take control of your finances and get out from under this burden. One of our student loan experts has the answers to your questions and great solutions to ease your financial burden. We're here for you. Call Student Loan Relief Services now.
Call 800-759-0203. 800-759-0203.
I'm Cindy Lou. I'm Susie. I'm Missy. And I'm Betty Jean. And we're the Marvelous Wonderettes. Mr. Sandman.
Experience the best girl group songs from the 50s and 60s live on stage at the Players Center July 12th through the 23rd. Call 941-365-2494 or visit us at theplayers.org. You'll fall in love with the Marvelous Wonderettes.
I'm so alone.
ABC 7's official Suncoast Hurricane Guide arms you with vital information you need to protect your family and property when severe weather threatens the Suncoast, including how to create your readiness plan and survival kit. Download yours today at mysuncoast.com. Start your day with a new Good Morning Suncoast team. Weekdays starting at 5 a.m. on ABC 7. Your Suncoast News. We're here for you.
Don't hate me because I'm blingable. Get your bling on with affordable Spectralite diamonds exclusively at Created Gems in Gold and Silver, where you always get big bling for little ching.
Welcome back. Let's take a look at some of the top stories here on the Suncoast today.
15 convicted felons were arrested once again in a drug sweep by Sarasota police. The group has a combined 269 prior felony charges and even more misdemeanor charges.
Plus, Sarasota County's top administrator is resigning. Tom Harmer will leave later this year to take over as town manager on Longboat Key. He'll replace former county deputy administrator Dave Bullock.
And 2 local branches of the United Way will join forces. The United Way of Manatee County and of the Suncoast began talks last year. They'll work out of a single office in Lakewood Ranch.
Taking a look at traffic this morning, the bridges into downtown Bradenton looking good. I-75 looking clear as well. Slowdowns on 301 heading southbound into Sarasota County as we head throughout that area. Not a whole lot going on, pretty quiet throughout that area. Looks like some congestion on 41 heading southbound as you pass by Clark Road and the Stickney Point Bridge. Other than that, looking good. John?
Sun cloud mix with an isolated shower this morning, possible second half of the morning particularly. Then this afternoon, excellent rain chances. Drier by the weekend.
All right, thank you, John. All the way over to Sri Lanka for an amazing animal rescue caught on tape. An elephant somehow got trapped in an ocean current, struggling to keep its head above water. Luckily, Navy personnel came to the rescue in Sri Lanka. Divers and other officials used ropes to eventually guide the elephant back to shore. The elephant is now safe in the care of wildlife officials, and luckily his trunk is waterproof, unlike ours.
That's amazing. How did he get out there, you know?
That's what I'm thinking.
I guess in Sri Lanka, elephants can run wild.
Oh,
I guess so.
that's so sad. I always hate when animals get stuck in those kind of situations because it's not like they can really communicate other than barking or making noise, and it's always so sad to watch.
Out there body surfing, and it all backfired.
Yeah.
Glad the Navy came to the rescue.
Yes, that's
yeah.
right. Keep it that. All right, enjoy your Thursday, folks.
Stick around. Good Morning America is coming up next.